Welcome to another edition of First Fridays with the FBI. Today's special guest is my favorite person, Special Agent Jeanette Harper.
Hi, Monica.
Hi.
Good to be back.
I know it's been a while. We've been gone for a minute,
I
but
know.
we're coming back full fledged, and I know eventually we'll be back to going live, so we'll be able to take those live questions from people eventually. But today, I'm excited about this topic, AI.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and get started because I know people have questions and so many people want to know about AI and definitely how the FBI um, handles that when it comes to AI and technology.
Yeah.
So,
So, everybody's talking about AI now. We're seeing it all over the news. So, a lot of us are just very interested in what this technology is, how it's going to help us, like how it
right,
has been helping us.
right,
Yeah, it's a very um, interesting topic.
right. So, for us everyday people, how does AI affect people in everyday life?
So, you'd be surprised that we're starting to see AI in multiple industries, from video games to our cell phones to our online search engines like Google, Bing, such. You have it in healthcare, you have it in the finance world, you have it in physical sciences, right? So
Mhm.
a lot of a lot of areas where there may be a lot of information, AI is helping those workers be able to handle the amount of data that's flowing through on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
We're also seeing AI. A lot of people don't think about this, but you're seeing AI in your GPS on your cars.
Hmm.
A lot of our cars are built very electronic and digital now. We're seeing a lot of AI utilized in those systems. We're seeing a lot of payroll providers using those systems. But I think the most interesting is like lane detection to keep
Right.
those pedestrians safe, as well as just in the medical field, just the advances that we're going to see in healthcare with AI being utilized to crunch data in research and try to find a cure for cancer or other type of illnesses that we're currently battling.
Right. So now I know everyone has their perception of what artificial
Mhm.
intelligence is. How does the FBI define artificial
As you
intelligence?
said, AI can be defined in so many different ways. But what we as the FBI are going to discuss is that artificial systems that are performing large amounts of data analysis or solving tasks, which in situations that would require like human like
Mhm.
abilities. So we're looking at using systems that can machine learning that can learn from the input, the unbiased input, the parameters that we put into the systems, and so that it can improve its performance when exposed to repeated data.
So why is the FBI so interested in AI?
So over our last 115 years, the FBI has really been in the forefront of taking on new technologies, but we also currently have, in order to stay the premier law enforcement agency that we are, and to better protect you, our citizens, we have to keep in a tab on emerging technologies. And of course, AI is one of those emerging technologies that is going to vastly change the cyber world, how we interact with on day-to-day business and just like on our personal lives as well as work. So there's going to be a lot of things that are going to change for us. And we are such a digital society now
Hmm.
that there's so much data out there
Right.
that for a human investigator, it's going to take months to be able to look over um, hours of video streaming or just data information. So it's something that we really need to look into to stay ahead and stay advanced. And also, we don't want to lag behind the
Hmm.
criminal actors and the nation state actors because they're already using AI in a criminal aspect to target U.S. citizens. They're going after our money. They're exploiting scams and making them more efficient and more believable. And then just using the technologies from the nation state intelligence actors trying to get in and steal research and technology from U.S. companies.
Okay. I guess that goes into kind of my next question of, and if you can break that down about the approach the FBI is taking to address AI technology and how to stay current with the technology.
Yeah, so the FBI, we're looking at it in a three-prong approach, right? So I just mentioned earlier that a lot of criminal actors are starting to use that against us. So we are looking on how we can identify and defend against those type of criminal scams, frauds. Um, we're looking against individuals who are attacking AI and machine learning systems here in the United States. And then we're also looking for AI generated content. We're starting to see sextortion being used. Some of you guys have seen the news. There may be child sexual content that was AI derived, but it looks so lifelike in the investigations. And then also they're, like I said, using them to commit cyber attacks on our country's infrastructure. So then the second part of that, the second prong, is the FBI is working with the innovators. Like the United States is always the gold standard in a lot of research and development that we have across the nation, and the global market is counting on the United States for that type of research. So because of that, we're seeing a lot of nation state actors trying to commit cyber attacks against our AI companies that are here developing and working on this emerging technology. So again, it's an attractive target for them. So we're working with the private sector as well to help them protect their trade secrets. And then also the last prong is how we're looking at how the FBI is going to use AI responsibly and ethically and within policy and procedure and within law. Right? Because still the primary goal of the mission is to protect or uphold the U.S. Constitution. So we have our legal department looking into how they're going to implement AI, what policies and procedures the FBI employees will utilize, what specific instances can AI be used, that way, and then how to introduce an unbiased system so AI and the machine learning can keep moving forward and learn upon the input that the data that's put into the systems.
Okay, thanks for sharing that. And can you go a little bit deeper into how AI is used in cybercrime?
Yeah, so we said we're starting to see, and I think it's important that I give you a statistic from 2022. The FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center reported that losses from cybercrime jumped nearly 50% in 2022. Now, though we don't have the numbers yet for 2023, year's not over yet, that 50% is a huge increase. So we went from 6.9 billion to 10.3 billion dollars in over a year. So cybercrime is lucrative, and so we're starting to see the actors using AI generating malicious codes. They're crafting convincing phishing emails. So they just want us to click on that link, and then they're going to install their stuff or take you to a false website. They're exploiting vulnerabilities in computer systems. So a lot of our private sector businesses, small businesses to large businesses, have not upgraded their systems yet in order to protect themselves from an AI generated attack. And we're seeing a lot of us have heard the deep fakes and the misinformation. So we do have the 2024 elections coming up. So it's going to be very important that regular citizens are able to tell the difference between AI generated content and true actual content. That's getting harder and harder out there with foreign influence as well as just individuals within the United States. So this technology is going to give them endless capabilities to make any type of scam more believable, and just we're not going to think twice about it. And I see that we're probably going to have another huge increase in cybercrime because a lot of these scams are coming across as very legitimate, and they're fine tuning what they've already have established.
Right. Well, and I know we don't want to make it seem like AI is all bad, but of course, those are some of the things that have to be addressed as far as those, like you said, the bad actors using the technology to commit crimes. So, um, I guess, like, what about the use of AI when it comes to sextortion?
Yeah, and you hit it perfectly. AI is not a bad thing. It's just that here in the FBI, we are trained to look at the
Right.
dual usage of a technology. So yes, we really are going to look at the negative side, I guess you could say. But
Mhm.
if we look at that side, then we're going to help protect the community a lot
Exactly.
better. So yeah, so I kind of alluded to it earlier. So sextortion we know is a huge
Mhm.
problem with the children in our nation right now. We're seeing young teenage boys being targeted for financial sextortion, right? So we're seeing adults being targeted. So now what we're seeing is we put all these pictures on Facebook and our social media accounts. This cyber actor can take those photos and use NI generation and change the photo and possibly put us in
Yes.
sexually explicit positions. So that
Yes.
they're not even a true picture. Or
Mhm.
they take a picture from somebody else and somehow transpose our faces on those pictures. And
Mhm.
now they're going to reach out to you and start sextorting you, right? They're
Right.
going to start extorting you for money, and they're going to threaten to release these photos that are not legitimate photos on social media, on the internet, trying to get money out of you. So we're already seeing that happening um, in the United States. So that's what I'm saying. It's just very important. And with extortion, you don't feel like there's a way out. So again, if you're caught up in that situation, if you see photos online, please reach out to the social media platforms that they're on, report that, also contact law enforcement. The young adults out there, the teenagers,
Right.
please talk to your parents, talk to a trusted adult. It's not your fault, right? Especially nowadays. If you know you didn't send those photos, those are not generated by you, right? Because
Mhm.
there is a lot of photos that, unfortunately, that we see a lot of sexting going on. Um, just be speak up and help protect yourself, and that way you can move on because there is help, and we are to help you with that.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing that. I mean, I know we do see that too in how they've been putting celebrity images on bodies and
Yes,
in situations, and that has to be frustrating.
yes,
Yeah. So, can you give us an example of how the FBI has used AI in an investigation?
yes. So that we just remembered the victims lost for
Mhm.
the 2017 Las Vegas shooting. So that is a very good instance where a huge amount of volume of data, videos, and pictures that came in. We had over 21,000 hours of digital video to go over the investigators. So because we used AI in that situation, it took us a little over 10 days to go through 21,000 hours of video. If we did not have that technology, it probably would have taken a few months or a year possibly for our investigators to get through that amount of volume. So you'll see that even with the El Paso Walmart shooting, we could have used um, that same resource to go through the amount of digital video that came through.
Mhm. Wow. Well, I know you can only share so much right now, and it's so much, it's so vast when
Yes.
it comes to artificial intelligence. And I know we want to know more, but I know you'll probably be back for more of that.
Yes.
But can you tell us how the community can find out more about how the FBI works with artificial intelligence and how it just all works together for the FBI? Like, where can we find out more information?
So, our FBI director, Christopher Wray, has really been out speaking on the FBI and how we're handling artificial intelligence. So, if you go to FBI.gov, in the news section, you'll see some press releases and some stories. There's actually an called the Inside the FBI podcast, where that was dated back in July of this year, where the FBI director spoke about the FBI's usage of artificial intelligence. So, if you really want a lot more information about that, FBI.gov is the place to go.
Okay. And I think we do have to stay vigilant here in
Yes.
El Paso. We have to remember that.
Yes. So yeah, if you come across it, and you feel like you were a victim to any kind of
Mhm.
we do have cyber personnel, cyber agents that are here. Please contact us if you feel that your company or yourself has been a victim of a cyber intrusion, a cyber attack. And also, if you feel that you have fallen for extortion or a financial fraud scam, please reach out to the FBI here in El Paso. It's 915-832-5000. Or you can always go to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, which is the letter I, the letter C, the number 3.gov. So IC3.gov.
Well, thank you, Jeanette. It's so great
Always.
to see you. We
Yes,
have some
excited to be
specials
here.
coming up, and we're going to be sharing some events that we were all involved in over the summer, over the
Yes.
spring. So I can't wait for people to share that. But we're glad to have you back.
Thank you. I know, and we're starting our third year, so
Yeah.
yeah, so we look forward to just working with each other and helping you guys in the community see the human side of the FBI
Yes.
and learn and kind of get the inside look of
Right.
what we're about.
And we definitely want you all to contact us about the different topics you would like to
Yes.
the FBI to speak about here in El Paso, whether it's relating to the border or just nationwide. Feel free to contact us. So again, and make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast. We'll be providing more content each week, actually, even though the podcast is every first Friday, we'll be providing more content each week on First Fridays with the FBI.
And I know our new SAC, Mr. John Morales, has come in, so he'll be on First Fridays with the FBI pretty
Yes.
soon.
Yes.
And if you can't wait for our monthly podcast and weekly, you can always follow us on Facebook. We are on Facebook now at FBI-El Paso, and we do have Twitter at FBI El Paso.
Yes.
We should be getting Instagram
What?
sometime soon. I don't know when. I think they're just waiting for us to get used to handling Facebook. And then we'll be flipping over to Instagram.
Right. Well, I'm glad the FBI is finally coming over to social media.
It's a little late, but we're getting there.
Okay. Well, thank you again, and we'll be back November for our next First Fridays.
Bye.